everybody, this is Bob from Buckeye Sports Center. Today I'm excited to talk to you guys about the Lund 1875 Impact XS for 2023. This is, certainly our number one selling model in that 18 to 19 foot range. Gives you a lot of versatility. The Lund Impact has kind of been around for a while now and is really, kind of like that premium boat, but it's still not crazy price. It's not going to be as high priced as maybe a Tyee or a Pro V, but really give you a lot of premium features, but still maintain a good value in that Lund name, and really just a premium fishing experience for anybody looking at a boat in that 19 foot range, just as close to a 19 foot boat. So first thing I'm going to talk about is the sport track system and the cover system that comes on this boat. So this track here, you see this little groove. The cover actually that comes with it just kind of clips into that groove. So you do have a couple snaps on the edges, but other than that, the cover doesn't have really any snaps at all, which is kind of cool. We do have a little rubber bumper on the outside of the gunnel here, which is pretty cool. It's kind of molded in to give you a little bit of protection from the dock. And then also on the inside of the track, we've got all kinds of different things you can get from a standpoint of sport track system, cup holders, rod holders, different things you can mount to that. So the Lund website will tell you all about the cool features you can add onto that. So this is going to be the 1875 Impact. So we're going to see good depth in this boat, not a crazy amount of depth because they still want it to be fishable. You still want to be able to net the fish, get the fish in and out of the boat, have good access to the water. So really deep hull configuration, but the inside cockpit depth is kind of medium depth. And then this boat is going to feature the Lund IPS hull system. So what that's going to be, and we've got other videos that kind of go through that more in depth, but you're going to find a very, very deep hull in the front as you're entering the waves, Lake Erie or whatever you might come across. And then as the boat kind of goes to the middle of the boat, we're going to flatten out a little bit, come more to a semi-V, to the point where the boat's going to be kind of that semi-V, wider bottom to create that platform for fishing, so that you're going to create that good side-to-side stability. So kind of the best of both worlds, a really, really unique hull configuration, and really one that is really the reason why Lund's on the map and why Lund is so successful. Everybody says how their boat rides the best and all this type of stuff, but Lund is the one that really has the technology to back it up. So definitely talk to us about more information if you want to learn more about that IPS hull, why it is the best, because I think it is probably the number one most important feature of this boat. Let's take a look inside. Okay, so we moved inside to the cockpit of the 1875 Impact, and the number one thing I always see when I get into this boat is just how roomy it really is. I mean, this is basically a 19-foot boat, and you can see the space in the cockpit area of how big it is. Lund does a good job of making the widest point of the boat up in the middle, not at the transom, so it makes it feel super wide, super roomy. But we've got 3 cockpit seats in here, plus 1 seat, so you can actually sit 4 people in the cockpit, plus we've got these 2 jump seats back here, 1 on each side, so you can sit up to 6 people comfortably in this boat behind the windshield. We've got the live well here in the middle. There's also a smaller live well up in the front. We've got the optional ski tow bar, which we include on a lot of boats in case you want to do some tubing or some skiing. This is included here. Almost all of these are going to go out with the Mercury 150 horsepower engine, which is really excellent performance on this boat. We also have got the 1775 Impact, which is basically the exact same boat, except normally it's going to come out with a 115 horsepower, and then it's a little bit smaller in the cockpit area, but you still can sit 6 people potentially. It's just a little bit less roomy by about a foot in the cockpit area. Another thing I really like about this boat and the way they design it, there's all kinds of little nuances about the way the boat's designed. The bimini top, the sport top that comes on it that's on this boat, stores away real nicely underneath this compartment where the legs will kind of stick out on the sides here, but just a nice convenient way to put it away and store it away where it's out of the way. A lot of people you'll see just hanging on the back of the boat or something like that, but Lund has a dedicated compartment to store this boat. There's actually, throughout the boat in a couple different places, you'll see little strips of LED lights, underneath the sport track system. So again, just a little convenient little thing, which is really cool. There's, I think, a couple of them in the bow as well. nice convenient boarding ladder, so if you do have a family use. So this boat obviously is a fishing boat, but if you do have some family use, you know, it's definitely versatile enough to do that. I do like that about this boat, because you know, you got the kids or the family, you want to have them go out and have a good time too, and you definitely can do that. You got plenty of power for tubing or whatever water sports you want to do, but obviously fishing is the primary DNA of this boat. As I move toward the console area, a couple little things I like here. You know, big roomy console, and I've got a lot of space here. You know, I'm a little bit bigger. I've got all kinds of leg room. I can stick my legs way underneath there. Real comfortable. It's got plenty enough space for a pretty large graph here along the right-hand side. You know, your full instrumentation throughout. Nice, easy, convenient throttle handle that is not going to hit my knee when it comes forward. It's got a space for it. This one's also set up in an 1875, where if you wanted to put a kicker engine, you've got another space for a throttle control here behind the original throttle control, so you could add a kicker engine throttle if necessary. So, you know, really nice, convenient dash area. Other thing I like on the rod storage, you're going to have this coffin corner rod storage, so if I'm trying to get in and out of the boat, kind of swing my legs over, there's not this hard point here, so that just makes it a little bit more convenient from that perspective. And then really an awesome rod storage in this boat. You know, 10 rods. You know, there's a side port storage if you have some longer rods to get in there, but 10 rods in the storage. Batteries, compartments. You can easily put at least a 24-volt system in there, battery charger. There's all space up there for it to be mounted. One of the things that Lund's known for is, you know, really spacing out and doing weight distribution. So the fuel tank of this boat actually goes up into the center. All right, the batteries, 2 trolling motor batteries are more forward, so that makes this boat, because of the IPS hull and the weight distribution, it makes it so you don't get a lot of bow rise when you're coming up out of the hole. Check out our on-water videos. I believe we have one of this boat, and you get a quick hole shot. You know, not a lot of bow rise. You know, really good. Rather than having all the weight in the back, all the batteries in the back, all the fuel in the back, makes that nose come up real high. You don't have that on this impact. Port side console, really nice. Really big, just like all the Lunds on the glove box. You know, super big compartment in there that you can get all kinds of stuff. And then in the bow, you know, nice roomy bow. I won't walk up there. I will. I'll show you a couple things, because you do have a small live well or bait well station over on the starboard side, and then obviously a couple storage compartments, including a big one on the port side here. That's the cover for the boat located in there. There is a little bit of a water management system on that, which is pretty cool. It's not watertight, but you know, it's mostly water dry. And then some netting for different things that you might want to put. And then again, we talked about how the fuel tank was located a little bit more forward. There's actually the fill for the fuel tank kind of out of the way on the port side there. So overall, just a really awesome boat. I mean, one of my favorites from Lund. It's one of the better values out there for somebody looking in that 18 to 19 foot range for something that it can do pretty much anything. Inland lakes, Lake Erie, you know, having a lot of cool features, but you know, there's not a ton of crazy bells and whistles on here that's going to drive the price up. So it's really overall, you know, the hull, really the key behind it is that IPS hull, how the boat rides, and that's really what sets it apart. So thanks again for watching the Lund 1875 Impact with us at Buckeye Sports Center. For more information, visit our website, view our inventory. Also check out our YouTube page, subscribe to our page. We have all kinds of videos like this one posted, and we appreciate all the comments and all the traction that we get from those videos. So thanks again for watching.